At this time, I will call the regular Board of Adjustments and Appeals meeting to order for October 24th, 2018. At this time, would you please stand and join with me as we pledge allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's a good reminder. I hadn't done mine yet either. Where is that button? Yeah, you make noise, didn't you? Off. All right. May we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Taylor?
Here.
Vice Chairman Shahab?
Here.
Member Smith Rodriguez?
Here.
Alternate Member Kilpatrick?
Here.
Okay, at this time we have 4 out of our suggested 5 in attendance. Have the applicants been advised of what will happen with only 4?
Not yet, sir.
You want to do that?
Yes,
Just
please.
let them know.
All right, so this evening we are at the Board of Adjustments and Appeals, which has a quorum requirement of 4 members present to conduct any business at any meeting, which we just received. The members include 5 total plus alternates, and you have the ability to have your hearing presented in front of 5 members of the board, but only 4 are available to be present at the meeting tonight. The bylaws state in the section on quorum that for the purpose of transacting business at any regular meeting, adjourned, special, or called meeting, 4 members shall constitute a quorum, and an affirmative vote of 4 members shall be required to pass on any matter, except that an affirmative vote of 3 members shall suffice to pass on a motion to deny a request for a variance. The interpretation of that is that you must have all 4 members voting in favor of your request in order for it to pass. If you have any less than 4, then it shall not pass according to the bylaws as well as the city's code. And that allows you the opportunity to continue this item until the next meeting to allow 5 members to be present, or to risk the chance that the 4 members present may not vote in your favor, and to proceed as scheduled and advertised for tonight. If each of you could get up and state that you wish to proceed or not, I would appreciate that considering the circumstances. The podium, please. The first item on the agenda is the tabled item variance 6-2018, and the applicant, can you please approach the podium and press the microphone and let us know if you'd like to proceed tonight?
Yes, my name's Lois Ward. I'm applicant for this item number 6, and we would request that it be deferred to a meeting with a full membership.
Okay. Brad, when is the next meeting going to be for this board?
The schedule is tentatively for November 28th, that Wednesday, after Thanksgiving. But we have an agenda item to ask you about whether you want to keep that meeting and cancel the December meeting, or combine the November and December meeting to maybe December 12th. But that was what we were going to ask you at the end of this regular meeting. You can decide that now.
We can have that discussion at any point. If now would be an appropriate time to answer Mr. Loy's question. It sounds like he's asked that this board continue the item, and we haven't identified the date. So if you would like to have a discussion on the item that was going to be heard at the end of the meeting, we can discuss now when that next meeting will be. If Mr. Loy's has a comment on that may weigh on your impact, you can go ahead and state so.
No, we still want a continuance, and we will, whatever date y'all decide is fine. We'll get a notice and be here.
Okay.
I'm happy to meet on November 28th. I'm unavailable December 12th.
Checking schedules. How's your schedule looking, sir? Ooh, I too am not available on the 12th. I'm supposed to be in North Carolina, or Virginia, excuse me.
Are you available on November 28th?
I personally am available on yeah, I'll make myself available.
And the other 2 members present? Okay. So it sounds like we're going to have our next meeting on November 28th, and now that your item is up on the agenda, well, we're not quite to it, but when we get to it, we'll ask that the board make a motion to continue until that date certain. But to just take care of this procedural business, ma'am, are you the applicant for the second item regarding the appeal for 930 Alabama Street?
Just here to listen, yes.
It seems like the applicant for the appeal is not present here in the room, and I don't know why, but I think that the city would request to table that item as well. It can't,
We've informed the applicant on several occasions about the need that they've encouraged them to come to this meeting tonight, that they requested. So
well,
it's up to the board whether they
I
want
don't
to
see
table this or not.
a reason to table it if he's been informed and is given the information that the meeting's going to be heard, and the information can be heard and the board can decide what to do when we get to that in the agenda. So we've heard from the public regarding their thoughts on the quorum, and Chair, I'll turn it back over to you at this time.
Very well, thank you. So we'll continue on with the next item of business then, which is approval of minutes from our last meeting, which was, I don't see where the date is.
October 24th?
October 24th. September.
So sorry.
We didn't meet in October, did we? Yeah, we're in October. I forget what month. Okay, September. Were there any corrections or additions that need to be made to the agenda, to the report?
I don't have any.
Seeing none, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
And no opposed. All right, thank you very much. Next up is the procedures. I have a little speech to make. All persons who anticipate speaking on any public hearing item must fill out an oath card to be heard on that agenda item and sign the oath contained thereon. These cards are located on a table near the entrance to the council chamber or may be obtained from the recording secretary. This meeting will be conducted in accordance with procedures adopted in Resolution 24-1997. Those speaking in favor of a request will be heard first. Those opposed will be heard second, and those who wish to make a public comment on the item will speak third. Excuse me. The applicant may make a brief rebuttal if necessary. A representative for either side, for or against, may cross-examine a witness. Anyone who speaks is considered a witness. If you have photographs, sketches, or documents that you desire for the commission to consider, they must be submitted in evidence and will be retained by the city. Please submit such exhibits to the recording secretary. At this time, I see the one. Did you wish to speak later on, possibly, ma'am? If you did, you need to fill out a card. If you're just here to listen, that's fine, too. Staff, have all the agenda items been properly advertised?
Yes, they have.
Very well. Have any of the members had an opportunity or have been spoken to by members in the public or visited the site in regards to what's on tonight's agenda?
No.
All right, seeing none, we will continue on. The first item that was on the agenda, variance number 7-2018, has been withdrawn, as I understand, from the package tonight, right?
That's correct. We received a request to withdraw that application.
That was from the applicant then, all right? Okay, so next up is variance 6-2018, which is lots 1 through 7, block 62, revised plat of Indian River City. And that's, I guess at this point, what we're waiting to hear from the applicant, is that right?
The applicant indicated that he would like to table this item until November 28th, and I would like a motion to that effect.
Okay,
I'll move to continue the item,
to
and now I don't have the
to the 28th.
number, to
Yeah.
the November 28th.
November.
Oh, variance 6-2018.
All right,
Second.
all right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, may I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Taylor?
Yes?
Vice Chairman Shahayev?
Yes.
Member Smith Rodriguez?
Yes.
Alternate Member Kilpatrick?
Yes. Very good. Then that variance is delayed until the 28th of November. Th you very much.
You too.
All right, we continue on with the next agenda item under new business, which is Appeal -3-2018 for 930 Alabama Street. So staff, would you fill us in on that, please?
This is a request to appeal a decision for a water bill. It starts on page 22 of your packet. I'm sorry, excuse me. I've got the wrong page here. Give me one moment, I'll bring up the page here for you. Yes, excuse me, 22 of your packet is the agenda item. Carrie Beatty with the Customer Service Division of Support Services Department can provide some background about this. But there is an agenda item cover sheet there that's provided to you that gives you some background. And then there's a report that was attached as well, including several exhibits related to this item.
Welcome.
Thank you. Do I need to do, no? Okay, I'm sorry. My first time in one of these meetings. I'm just going to give you a little bit of history on the account. It looks like in regards to the property of 930 Alabama Street, the owner, Alan Kenner, submitted an adjustment form to the Customer Service Department on February 1st, 2018. It was for a slab leak at his property that resulted in high consumption and a resulting high water bill. Customer Service accepted the request and approved the adjustment in the credit amount of $306.79. The credit adjustment was applied to 3 high bills. The bill dates were January 17th, February 14th, and March 14th of 2018. The city approved the attached policy regarding adjustments, which allowed Customer Service to also make a one-time adjustment to the water portion in addition to the sewer. In response to the analysis pretty much of it is, in response to the formal request for adjustment, Mr. Kenner received an adjustment to his utility bill for his property located at 930 Alabama Street on February 8, 2018. Mr. Kenner subsequently submitted an adjustment form to the Customer Service Department on September 13, 2018. Due to a slab leak in the kitchen that was repaired on September 13, 2018. Customer Service accepted the request and denied the adjustment on September 17, 2018. The owner of the property is disqualified from a subsequent adjustment for 12 months following the prior adjustment on February 8, 2018. Therefore, the subsequent request made in 2018 must be denied pursuant to Section 21-241, which we've included in the packet. It's in regards to Section 21-241, and it indicates in that Section 3G that only one such adjustment shall be given within a 12-month period. And our recommendation is that you deny the appeal requested by the property owner due to the utility bill adjustment that was requested and approved by Customer Service on February 8, 2018.
Okay, other questions?
Yes. Did I see that the rule says the applicant must submit the request for adjustment within 60 days of getting the bill?
Yes, ma'am.
And does the department have some sort of requirement to respond to it within a certain amount of time?
Yes, we do. We actually review all the folders prior to the bill date of the next bill that's going to be going out for that current cycle, or prior to the cut date. We try and make sure that all those adjustments are completed because we have 4 cycles. So there will be 2 cycles that will pretty much be completed almost every week.
So if the applicant had submitted his request for adjustment on the 59th day, the city would have made a determination within, sounds like 30 days?
Correct.
Okay.
Just a question, is, this is for another leak in his place, right? It's not the original leak that took place. It's the only problem is it occurred within the 12-month period, basically. That's because if it occurred after the 12-month period, he would have been able to,
He would qualify.
he would qualify.
Yes, he
So-
had a leak, he had a slab leak that had occurred, and then he requested the adjustment for that, and that was earlier in the year. And we actually adjusted 3 of his bills due to the high consumption, from that leak. And then he later on had another leak that occurred within the same area. It looks like it was within the kitchen area, because we reviewed, the receipts, the invoices from the plumber. But he had already received the prior adjustments, so he did not qualify at that time for another one within 12 months.
That's in the same area that the work earlier happened, you mean?
Both were within the kitchen area, according
the
to the
kitchen
old
area?
invoice, yeah.
Okay.
Different, one was under the sink, one was just within the kitchen area, so.
Okay.
Just to be nosy, how many requests like this do you receive offhand during a year for twice for slab leaks like this?
For slab leaks, truthfully, we don't have a huge substantial number, but they do occur quite often
do happen.
after repairs are made, because
Correct.
sometimes that pressure might, it opens up others. If that whole line is bad, I don't know if the customer, was asked if he wanted to replace everything within the kitchen area. I don't know.
Correct.
But we have seen circumstances like this where they had an issue, it was repaired, and then later on, months later,
Yes.
something else happened.
Yeah, I
If an,
had the same thing.
if an adjustment were to have been made to this particular bill, assuming that he was eligible for it, how much was the adjustment being sought?
The adjustment that he was approved for was $306.79, but the adjustment
Well, that was back in February, right?
Correct, that was 3 months of bills back in, but the total of that was $306.79. But this adjustment would be just over $800, because
that
it
bill was like-
was a bigger leak. And that's the reason, why we have the ordinance that indicates you can only get one within a 12-month period. We have some customers that take an adjustment for $10. If something worse happens later on down the line, you don't qualify because you've already accepted that, other adjustment.
Most likely, they don't know that that's the case unless you tell them.
It is written clearly on the form, and it is in bold, and they sign off on that form. And we
Give the
also
$10, yeah.
do usually tell them whenever they're doing it that, especially if it's something that's minimal, like, $10, we tell them, you only get one within a 12-month period.
So there is a form that the city has the property owner sign that they are aware that they're not eligible for 12 months.
On page
Correct.
Page, oh, it's on page 27? Okay. Didn't get that far, sorry. 26.
I have a blank one here, too, if you want to
Well, if it's here, it's not a
put
problem.
it as exhibit. Good, okay.
Yeah, there it is, in bold. Okay. And he signed it, all right. All right, is there any other questions, staff, on this matter? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See, we didn't bite. Okay, discussion between ourselves. We have no one from the public that wishes to speak. So then I will not open up public discussion or public hearing, since there's no one to speak, and bring it back to us to discuss or speak of. Thoughts?
It's a shame, that, they can't, because it's 300 and 600, and, it's like a, big number for water bill, but.
Yep.
But that's the code. The code says you can't do it,
It's unfortunate. I had a slab leak and we patched one spot. Since we pressurized it, another spot blew. We pressurized it, this spot, and we just said, time out, quit, replace the whole thing. And that's basically what you have to do when they start. You can't just patch a hole here and patch a hole there under pressurized lines. I know you can on a sewer line.
You'd be chasing them around for a good while.
Yeah, that was the whole point. We were getting to the point of demolition of my house with jackhammers for
From the
continuous.
inside.
From the inside. So it would have paid him to had the first thing done before the second happened with that. Do I have a recommendation or a motion or anything? So
I make a motion to deny the appeal number 3-2018.
Second.
we have a motion to deny and a second. Is there any discussion?
No.
Seeing none,
None.
may I have a roll call, please?
Member Smith Rodriguez,
Yes.
alternate member Kilpatrick,
Yes.
Chairman Taylor,
Yes?
Vice Chairman Shahayab.
Yes.
Very well. So that, sorry the applicant wasn't here, but maybe they read their paperwork. I don't know. Okay, so that does it for our business part of our meeting today. And we have no public present, so there will be no petitions to present. Reports. We already decided a meeting date. Is there anything else to enlighten us on?
Okay, so you have, we make the schedule every year to say that your fourth Wednesday of each month is going to fall on your regular meeting. Well, every year, December always ends up around Christmas. So do you want to cancel that meeting, or do you want to make it up with a different date?
I personally am in favor of canceling that meeting. I mean, is there anyone else that just wants to
No.
be here?
I can be there or not.
All right. Do we have to formally vote on that, or just say we don't want to do that?
I guess, it'd probably be up to the chair, if you want to leave it up to the
Alright.
chair to make the decision.
Why don't we just have it in the record that way? Do I have a motion to cancel the December, what? 26th. Oh, yes, definitely. December 26th meeting.
I make a motion to cancel the December 26th meeting.
Very good. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Very good. A quick roll call, please.
Member Smith Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Shahayab,
Yes.
alternate member Kilpatrick,
Yes.
Chairman Taylor.
Yes. All right.
Your one meeting left will be on 11/28, and you'll have one item so far on that night.
And the four of us specifically need to be here for that.
It'd probably be a good idea to have the four of you here, and we'll try and get a fifth
Again.
member as well.
Try to get that fifth member that was
Yeah.
from last time that should have been the fifth one this time, because when it continues, we're supposed to have the same group, correct? All right. Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Well, thank you for the dinner. Three of us enjoyed it. Sorry you didn't make it again, as said.
There was dinner?
You didn't know?
No.
Got a burger, 'cause I
No, no, the dinner, you were there.
You said last time, you're like,
You were
"Don't
really
be so
decided.
beer
You were
for a
there.
while."
Well,
I didn't know about this questionable water bottle.
They don't want to advertise.
Exactly.
Okay. No, the dinner was nice. I enjoyed it. I was surprised. I did not realize 10 years had come around on my part. They gave me a 10-year thingamajig.
That's when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah, especially when we meet so often like we do. So thank you very much. Enjoyed that. Anything from Counselor?
No, sir.
None. Anything from the other members? We are,
No.
remind our public, if you are watching, we are still one member short with qualifications. Please call the counselor. She will definitely read that whole little speech for you. We won't go over it again tonight. If that's it, I'll call this meeting adjourned at this